Whistle, no, you didn't.
And we're live. Damn, that was good timing.
I was trolling.
I saw you winding up for it.
Yeah, I was like flipping through my stream deck and I don't have keys for P6 for some reason. I have keys for everything else. I'm gonna have to change that. But
Yeah,
we'll do
I mean,
that
the game's
later.
only been going for a little bit.
Look, I don't need the sass.
You always need the sass.
I don't deserve the sass.
Oh,
You definitely
hold
deserve it.
So rude.
Apparently, I indirectly gave you sass because when you came to talk to Cass, I thought it was Tilt talking to Zoro because I wasn't looking at my screen. So I just responded.
No.
No, I will not. I do not want to empty my dishwasher.
Okay, so I'm going to send you all. Hopefully you still have the fantasy link because apparently I closed out of it. So I'm going to play some music here. Let me know if you hear it.
Might be helpful if I actually click on it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I can hear it too. All right. So yes, we do have a Zoro in a tilt here today.
Sadly, in the sense that we were supposed to still camping.
Could not get rid of us that easy. Sorry. Maybe next time.
something nano machines.
Exactly.
Well,
Although halfway home when I was getting depressed, he was just like, okay, I'm like, I just want to freaking camp. And so there was like this pause and he's like, we might be able to play V6 tonight. And I was like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
This totally didn't
Those
cheer her up, I
nerds.
promise. Right.
Still mad.
We know we can't replace camping.
But on the bright side, I don't have to do my out for Max and Paige, so that's good. But
Yeah, you guys don't have waterproof tents.
Oh, it's the ground and everything, and
Technically, it was waterproof, but it's also like a 13-year-old tent, and that's the time it decided to not be waterproof.
Ooh,
this is why
yeah.
nature sucks.
It was really nice going to sleep though, hearing the rain like on the tent. I was like, this is my white noise, and then I woke up to wet. So yeah, it's great. It's great.
That's no fun.
Just waking up in a puddle, like.
Well, it wasn't so bad at
Is
first.
the tent leaking or is this me?
Oh God!
Oh Lord, no.
Damn. Do believe I have the vapors.
But hey, we survived. I'll take it.
Okay, I was talking about people wetting the bed. Damn, you guys are all degenerates. Jesus.
You know,
I mean,
you not know us?
Look. All right.
I thought he meant with the bed
group?
too. I thought he meant with the bed too.
I'm
with
glad.
you.
Yeah. Those of us who have children immediately went to wetting the bed.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Starting off strong.
Yeah, starting off strong. Oh.
As usual.
So I think what we're going to do, because we're a little behind schedule, is we are just going to jump into things where we left off. As both William and Condor were over at Mary's place trying to get some police scanners and everything set up to at least try to get some sort of leg up on Spectre and trying to check some things, and Spiffy's laughing. But unfortunately, Spectre had been wise to their location and had already gotten ready to descend on the area. Glitch had a had a proposal because she was sent there to basically kidnap Mary and deliver to Warren, but thankfully with some quick thinking from Max offering her a higher sum of money, she just made Mary liquefy herself, scooped her up into a mason jar, and sped off, saying you could pick her up at the Metro City Dam. As all of this is going on, there were a bunch of knocked out Spectre agents. Bill decided to run their pockets. And Condor saw Senator Warren outside standing near one of the Spectre vehicles. Not being able to hold back, Cryptid popped out, did the whole penance stare mind fusion, but it didn't necessarily work the way he wanted to. As he was standing there staring into Warren's eyes, locking into his mind, something was repeatedly stabbing him. Bill, you saw this, went outside, full on optic blast, drove him back. He then brought up an arm and turned it into like a large, like flesh-like shield, sprouted wings, and flew off. And like some sort of Resident Evil monster like setup. And we are going to pick up right there with the two of you as Warren is flying off.
He flies now.
I think Cryptid just kind of like looks down at where he was being stabbed, and then looks back over at William. Condor is going to need some assistance.
Yeah. Yes, he is. How are you holding up with, the multiple stab wounds?
I am fine. But when he regains control, he will not be.
Let's try to keep him asleep as long as we can then.
Gladly.
Should we go back to the dorm, or like, do you think he's gonna would he make it that far?
He will survive. As long as I remain in control.
All right. Well, the good news is I should be parked around here somewhere. We can take my car.
Should we not proceed to the dam?
That's just the two of us?
Mary is a pressing matter.
Let me make a phone call. God, I feel like the more we use him, the more likely he is to die, but he's gonna call Brad. And see if Bradley picks up. You're muted.
Thank you. Back at Armstrong Laboratories, those of you who are still there after the phone call with Glitch, the currently disabled Brad begins to ring.
Oh.
As his
You
phone,
mean like his entire body,
No,
or we hear his phone actually
yeah.
ring?
Like after a moment, you figure that it's his phone in his pocket.
I grab it out of his pocket. Last time Brad answered this phone, he kind of went down, but I check the caller ID and see that it's Bill, and like kind of put on speaker and like set it on the table nearby. Yeah.
Wait, who is this?
This is Frankie.
Shit, did I dial the wrong number?
No, you didn't. Brad is kind of not here right now, but you have let's see, we have pretty much everyone else, right? We have Paige
Condor
and
here.
The rest of the team,
not Condor.
the rest of the team sans Condor is with you guys.
You have everyone else.
Define not here right now.
Physically here.
Physically here, but it's words.
His brain is in sleep mode.
As Amelia like jumps in,
Yeah.
he's currently paralyzed.
You you hear him basically just say like he puts the hand over the microphone. He's like, fuck. All right. We need help. I need all of Vigilant 6, whoever is capable of moving, get to the dam. I need to figure out a way to get Cryptid medical attention.
Amelia pops up again over the line. She's like, wait, Cryptid can be injured?
Apparently.
And then you hear in the background, I am fine, but Condor's flesh is weak.
As you say that, like, Bill, you see just another spurt of blood come out of like one of the stab wounds.
He is leaking
Just
quicker
like
than
Excel
before.
saga.
Yeah.
Leaking quicker than before.
Fair.
I love this.
It's a flesh wound.
Explain quicker than before. What the hell happened?
Long story short, Warren was here. He stabbed Cryptid. I shot him. He's a fucking goo monster. He sprouted wings and he flew away to the dam.
Wait, he
You
could
can
fly?
fucking fly?
Not important. Vigilant
You-
6, get to the dam. I'll meet you there in like a fucking 80s Honda Civic.
Is this on speaker?
We need to
Yeah.
find some way to get Cryptid medical attention.
Are you?
Why?
I'll meet you all. I'll meet you at the dam as well. I'm a doctor. I can perform whatever you need.
Okay, got it. Battlefield
Yes.
triage.
Why the
Okay,
dam,
yeah,
and
we
how
can-
do you know that we should be going to the dam?
They kidnapped Mary in a mason jar.
That doesn't tell me why
Not
we are going to a dam.
she's
Because-
important. She's at the dam.
Mhm.
Like
How do you, okay, I'm repeating my earlier question then. How do you know they're going to a dam?
because they implicitly told us they're going to the dam.
They told you that?
Yes.
I'm not going to the dam then.
Max is going to slowly turn to everybody else, and he's going to quite simply say, so what I'm hearing is this is a trap.
Yes, this is a trap. Correct.
Either way, Cryptid of all of us is injured in some way.
It's like another two
We
spurts
need to
of
go
blood,
there.
like just come out of him.
He's
Time is
leaking.
limited.
Trap or not, I'm going.
Amelia,
To the dam.
I can
Yes.
help Cryptid. I can get there faster than anyone else here can. I just need your knowledge. Show me what to do. I'll copy it.
Yeah.
Wait, who are you saying this to?
Amelia.
It's like, look, I could just go with you guys and do it. I don't have time to perform a YouTube video on how to stitch up stitch up somebody who is technically, for lack of a better word, a cryptid.
You don't have to do a full video. I just need a few seconds.
Look,
What?
I couldn't tell you without seeing the wounds. And again, I'm not a cryptozoologist. I don't know how the 1-to-1 ratio is here on the wounds. I'll go with you guys. I could take care of that.
What are we still in the room that Max woke up in, and it was like a medical thing?
You're still inside the the laboratory at Armstrong Industries.
Okay. So I'm going to start like opening drawers, hoping to find like, you know, just medical stuff that could possibly help. Like a gauze and thread and stuff like that.
And she's like, Frankie, I got it. Like, I have everything in my car. I'll follow you guys.
Okay. Let's I mean, we're not at the dorms currently, right?
No. You're
No,
in the
we
lab.
were-
You're in the
just
laboratory.
revived.
Yeah, you are in the laboratory of Armstrong Industries.
Okay.
And for the record, for anyone that doesn't remember, it was Glitch that said she was going to the dam with Mary. We don't know what Warren's doing. He just fucked
Yeah.
off after we
He
attacked
just
him.
kind of flew off. Yeah.
Max is gonna look at Paige.
Oh, yeah,
I guess
there.
yeah. I guess the only thing to do if it's a trap in this case is spring the trap, huh?
Just fucking know
At that
this.
moment, Bill does have an epiphany. Paige, you stay where you are. The rest of Vigilant 6, meet us at the dam.
I don't really think splitting her off from the group is a good idea.
Is this because I was upset you brought the cowboy?
No, this is because you are literally the key to this guy's plan.
Oh, fuck.
And so we're gonna leave the key alone. That's what you're saying. Bad move.
I'm with
Isn't she like
paralyzed
deep
guy.
in the bowels of your like laboratory or whatever?
And you assume
No,
that after
we-
what just happened at the dorm, Warren couldn't get through my security by comparison? No.
As this
Let's work
conversation
this
is
here.
going on, Cryptid, you begin to feel yourself like actually losing grasp of like maintaining your physical presence as Condor's body is starting to wear down from the blood loss.
Stay or go,
Okay.
but I'm going. And then she just straight up like walks to wherever the car, like to exit for the cars and everything.
Look,
Amelia,
whoever's gonna
you have
go,
a go bag.
Like, we need to get him medical attention.
Yes, at least some of you
Uh,
go save them for now. I'll figure out something with Paige. We'll catch up with you guys at worst.
Yeah,
Let's
Max, if
go.
you want to stay with Paige, to do that. But we
Bag
got
in your car, you
some
can
shit
just
to
grab.
do.
We'll catch up with you guys.
I can get you there faster without the car. Do you have a bag in your car you can just grab?
Me? Yes.
Oh, yeah.
No,
we can
Amelia.
get there.
Yeah, I can grab my bag. We can go.
Alright, so I'm gonna grab Amelia. I'm gonna activate the electricity power I have stored. And I'm going to brace her a little bit and move her to the car really, really fast. So she can grab that
We're gonna
bag and then
flash.
we're gonna flash. We're gonna supersonic
We're
speed
gonna
this
flash.
over to where they are.
Okay, can I get a power roll from you, seeing as how you're transporting somebody else with you?
Yep. 3 dice. Oh, they like me too.
That's good.
That's good.
That's rare.
That was rare.
That was very rare.
I was wondering why everybody was
Well,
coming in low. I had my volume turned down.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
While they're doing that, Bill's just gonna hang up and run for, according to my notes here, his '96 Honda Civic.
Is 96 Honda Civic?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Cryptid, how are you going about fitting into a 97 Honda Civic?
That's a good question. They aren't large cars. Is it A coupe or a sedan? Is it a hatchback?
Sedan.
Tell me it's a hatchback.
Nope.
Fuck.
It is a sedan.
Cryptid's gonna have to try to cram himself in probably the back seat, move the passenger seat forward so he has more foot room, and then he climbs in like knees to his chest. It's real awkward looking. And he's probably leaking condor blood all over the seats and carpet.
No, that's fine. It's not the original upholstery. I'm sorry about this, man. Like, I'm a math teacher. Like, this is what I got.
I would just teleport if I thought I could contain my form long enough.
Yeah, that's fair. No, this thing still goes. So we'll get you to safety in time. And we do. We are off. Just speeding through the shittiest part of town in a 97 Honda.
Okay.
How long would you guess, Mr. DM, it would take us to speed from our location to the dam? I don't know how far away the dam is. Just very rough estimate of minutes.
You're probably looking at least a half-hour drive.
Okay, so I would say like every 5 or 6 minutes, the car starts to fill up with like more and more black smoke as it becomes more and more difficult for Cryptid to hold his form.
Okay. I was gonna say probably about 20 minutes into this ride. Can you give me a power roll? Lowering your power, lowering the roll by 1.
I could if I had my dice out.
Hey, Evie.
It was lowered from 3 dice down to 2 dice, but I got double 6s. So
Okay.
Nice.
It's a chore, to say the least, but you are able to continue to hold on to your form by the time until you get to the dam. Gemma, you were just gonna just take Amelia with you after she grabbed the bag, right? What power rolls did you get?
I got the 2 6s.
2 6s. Okay. So you like brace the back of her neck with your hand and you just flash out as everybody is left behind. And as you get there well before the Honda Civic. As you're standing there, Amelia is kind of a little woozy, but still maintaining your ground. And you can see that there is a mason jar with a little note card sticking out of it. And it just says Condor with a heart.
What's in the mason jar?
Just this like probably about halfway full of like this moving silverly like silver like liquid. And as like you get closer to it, it's sort of like almost like it notices you as it's trying to like as it's running up the side of the mason jar, sort of trying to get your attention.
He's staring at it, trying to figure out what. Gemma's information is that they had Mary in a mason jar and that this was supposed to be a trap. So she's very cautiously picking this up and staring at it, trying to figure out if this is the trap. This is Mary.
Is okay. And Amelia looks over. She's like, "What's with the card?"
Says this is for Condor. And she'll show her the mason jar.
And she takes the card and she flips it over. Here's your $3 million girlfriend.
You think this is Mary? Or is this the trap?
Well, she did say that Mary was in a mason jar.
Could have been lying, though.
So what? We just leave it?
At least until the others get here.
Question for the others. How are you getting to the dam?
I will answer that question with another question. By the time she gets to the parking garage or parking lot, are there motorcycles? Is there a motorcycle there?
Yeah, you know what? I'll say there's one motorcycle.
Well, she's gonna steal it.
Okay, can you give me a smarts roll to hotwire it?
Can I add my driving? Or would that I have to wait?
I'd let you. You can add driving to it.
For a second I was trying to figure out about adding my power to it, but no, I don't necessarily think that would help. So that is okay. 1, 2, 3 is fail. 4, 5, 6 is success. That is one success.
One success.
1 6 sex.
Out of how many?
3.
Try as you might, you can't get it to start.
Oh.
Though, as you're fooling with the wires, you notice that the keys are still in the ignition.
Okay. I'm just dumb then. Okay, it's fine. Yeah, she's gonna take off in the direction of the dam.
Okay. What about the other 3 that are in the lab? That would be Max, Page, and Louis.
To be honest, Paige looks at Max. Wow, my brain could not do that. She's gonna look and she was just like, "You guys need to save Cryptid. I don't know if my healing powers will work, but I can't risk going." And she's going to have her nails out, and she's done this before with Max, and she was just like, "I can give you a boost before you go." You're muted.
Oh yeah, I am.
Still muted,
Okay.
though.
Nano machines took
Didn't
your
want to.
voice, son.
Max is gonna look at her and he's gonna grumble his disapproval. And he's gonna look at Paige and say, "And leave you alone when you're the one that he's after right now."
Look, as much as I want to go and help, I can't just walk into the trap. If they're going to come, they're going to at least come through with some warning first to give me a chance.
Here's the thing. First of all, I have some prototypes I have to inject, and I haven't dealt with those yet. 2, running to the or getting my butt to the dam, whatever boost you give me will either have worn off by then, or otherwise be, well, I don't know, it might impair my getting there in the first place if I have to drive. And 3rd, no offense, but again, I'm not entirely comfortable leaving you around if he's after you. Don't you think the rest of them can handle this?
We need everyone. and she's going to grab. Is there like a syringe or anything nearby?
Oh, there are a few
mean, it's a
syringes.
lab.
Yeah.
There's definitely
Okay.
something.
She's going to grab a couple, and she's going to jam her finger into one of them and fill it up with a serum, or both of them with a serum. And again, it's something that she has used before on him, where it's kind of like a boost of adrenaline, which to him is kind of like a steroid, to help give
Just
him
a
a temporary
stimulant sometimes.
boost in power. Yeah. And she was like, then take a car and inject yourself with these.
Again, Max is just gonna look at her, say, "I don't like this," and he's gonna take the
I don't-
syringe nonetheless.
I don't either. And it kills me that I can't go and help Cryptid, but I again can't just walk into it.
As opposed to what you staying here alone.
I'm not alone though.
Maximilian,
I'm gonna-
if you prefer, I can stay with her.
Well, it's already better. Fine, Perkins, appreciate it. One last thing. Yeah, he'll walk over to whatever the eggheads have had time to put together, if anything.
In regards to
The prototypes we talked about.
Unfortunately, the prototypes don't seem to be anywhere to be found.
Jesus. Great.
It was ransacked.
All right. Oh. Guess we're doing this the old-fashioned way. Good enough. How about data? Is there any form of data or anything left on the computers?
I mean, there probably is, but it's going to take some time for you to go through it.
Right. And if we're talking coding-wise, limiter removals, anything?
Yeah, you're going to have to do some research.
Yeah, I'd have to parse through the data. There's no
Yep.
way I can get that quickly.
No.
I don't like going out naked. I really don't. And after everything that's been happening, that's twice I've been put out of commission. Without these upgrades, I'm not sure I'm going to be any use to anyone, honestly, Paige.
You have your nanotunes back in you. She
Yes, that's not what I mean. I mean, this has
Oh.
been the second time I've been shut down, Paige.
Oh, gotcha.
People are getting wise to what I can do, and I need these upgrades before I feel comfortable going out in the field again. At this point, I feel if I go, I'm just going to be a burden to everybody again.
You know what? Just in case as well. She's going to find another syringe and she's going to inject it with crap, I didn't look it up yet. It's a toxin that basically paralyzes. And she was just like, if you see that bitch Glitch or any of the others there, use this.
Again, that doesn't help me much if they turn me off before I can even see them coming. Paige, remember what
And
happened last
hand
time?
it, you know what? Hand it to Gemma. She's fast.
Sure. I'll try.
It's just something. It helps with something.
Mhm.
You know what? In fact, technically these adrenalines will work as well, because if it was anyone but you, it would probably make their heart burst.
Here's the problem, Paige. It might be me without the nanomachines, depending on what happens. It's been me
Okay.
without the nanomachines twice, and both times it hasn't been pretty.
Okay, well, either you risk it because we are wasting time, or we do something about it. But time is of the essence right now. And they're waiting for you.
He's gonna look at her and he's gonna say, "No, they aren't waiting for me. They've already left." You know what? I don't like leaving you alone, and I don't like not having and being empty. I'm gonna take the few minutes to look through this stuff. Worst comes to
Okay.
worst, if there's an emergency, they'll call us.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm gonna start parsing through the data.
All right, Louis, what are you doing?
I messaged you. I'm leaving like while they're having that long tete-a-tete, like Louis just like just leaves the lab.
Okay, where is he going?
He's going to the roof, or at least he's gonna try and find a way to the roof. Remember, he just appeared in this laboratory, so he's not sure where the roof is.
I mean, if you walk outside, you could fly up to the roof.
I don't know where outside is. We appeared in the lab.
I mean, there are indicators on the ground on like emergency exits and whatnot. Like you've seen other people easily leave the lab already.
Oh, yeah, he leaves. He finds a back alley for the building or whatever Armstrong Industries is. If it's like a factory or like BlackRock, he doesn't know.
I mean, everybody knows where Armstrong Industries is. It's another, conglomerate. It's nothing like that's hidden or anything. It's just
giant dark glass monstrosity in the city.
It's like you walk out, you walk outside, and it's like you're at a like Lockheed Martin lab. Like
I don't want to walk out as oh god, my brain.
As Louis?
As Flashpoint. Well, I know I'm walking out as Louis.
Okay.
I need to be indiscreet because I don't have easy balcony access like I normally do. So I'm gonna find like a back alley someplace, little to no foot traffic.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna basically I'm looking for any like cameras or CCTV like in any corners.
I mean, it's a pretty secure building. There's CCTV everywhere. Like, you get the sense that the people who work here are a bit paranoid, as you're in the feeling that there is CCTV that you can see, and then there's hidden cameras other places.
Gotcha. Is there a... So we're in commercial area. Do I see some sort of like entrance to the sewer system?
I mean, if you go out onto the street, you probably will. But there's like no entrance to the sewer system on the grounds of the building itself.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see if I can find a manhole I can pop.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like New York and they're all welded shut.
Nah. They don't. Apparently, the sewers in Metro City are still free access. As you reach down, you're able to. It takes a little bit, but you're able to pop it off to get some access down there.
Cool. I drop into the sewer. Activate my suit, and I'm presuming my suit has, some minor version of a HUD.
I don't think it's got a HUD because it's technically not an Iron Man suit. It's pretty much there as a means to help you control the fire.
Okay. So it's some sort of smart mesh or something.
Yeah, it's pretty much there that allows you to use your abilities and sort of keep it in control as much as possible if you were to lose control.
Gotcha. All right, then I'm going to activate my suit, and then basically I'm gonna follow. So all the sewer probably is gonna have an outlet near the dam. So I'm going to basically go through
mean-
the sewers.
Technically, yes. Though, unless you spent a lot of time in the sewers, it's going to be a bit hard to get to the dam that way. I mean, if you want to go that way, you can. But it may take you a little bit more time than it would just instead of just flying across the sky.
I just don't want to be visible, flying across the sky, knowing that Spectre's actively looking for me.
I mean, that's fair. But yeah, if you want to, yeah, you can definitely go like rocket through the sewer system.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna basically just. I know which direction the dam is in, so I'm basically just going to head in the direction of the dam through the sewer system, and I mean, if it's a city, I should come out at a reservoir near the dam. Just, all
right,
basic
go
city
ahead.
management design.
Go ahead and give me a smarts roll here to see if you can keep your navigation underground.
Okie dokie.
Just follow the sounds of a 96 Civic backfiring its way through the city.
It was a 97.
He initially said 96.
Initially, he did
Oh,
say
did he?
96.
It
I did
sucks
96.
either way.
I did say 96. I blame Rojan.
Wow.
Why do you
But
blame
you are
me?
you are also right in that he did say 97 afterwards.
Yeah, Rojan,
Get
you
your
you
shit
said
together.
97. You
Whatever.
repeated it as 97. So.
Whatever. DM
You know
willed
what,
it.
it's just
DM
slowly
willed it to be a
Going up
97.
to 99. It'll be a 99. It'll go back to
Oh,
Oh
91.
god, please can it be a 99? Because that's when the model year changed.
4 out of 6, 3 4s and a 5.
Okay. So it takes you a little bit longer than it would, but you will find your way to the to your destination at some point. Speaking of destinations, cutting back to the dam itself, Condor and Bill, you both arrive, and it's very clear that you could see both Gemma and Amelia like looking at a mason jar.
Okay. So I'm gonna pull up as close as I can to them. And then just like park, basically just slide and park sideways to them. I'm going to get out of the car. That's the jar, right?
It's a jar. It could be a trap.
Great.
This is supposed to be a trap.
Great. Fantastic. I
Where's
grab it
Condor?
and just shatter it against the ground.
That is not important right now. Where's Condor?
As you shatter the glass on the ground, glass shards go everywhere, and Mary reforms in front of everyone.
Great. Fantastic. That worked. Condor's in the car.
Leave me in there.
Cryptid, can I get one more power roll from you, subtracting 2 dice this time?
Oh god.
You sure can. That's another 6, though.
Okay.
Woo!
Like,
Hey, yo.
it is getting agonizing for you to remain in this state, but if Cryptid has teeth, he's gritting his teeth right now, trying to hold on as you see Amelia and Gemma running back to the car, followed by Mary and Bill.
So seeing Mary, just in a puff of black smoke, he goes from sitting in the car to standing in front of Mary, and just like cups her cheeks with his big clawed hands and like looks down at her. Are you hurt?
No, I'm confused. Bitch put me in a jar.
Come on, big guy.
Shit, you're stabbed as you like spurt all over her shirt.
Come on, big guy.
Yes.
Sun's
Condor.
going down.
Condor is fading quickly.
Well, okay, we need to stop talking. You need to get back to Condor so we can do the thing.
But you are okay.
Worry about me later, big guy. We got other things to worry about. I'm whole. I'm not missing any limbs. I can turn into water now, but we'll get to that later.
Very well. And in another burst of smoke, he's suddenly Condor, who immediately crumples to the ground and passes out.
And like as you do, like just blood starts pooling, and Amelia's like, "Fuck." Pulls out her kit and begins to like work on Condor. Okay. Billy, how good can you focus that face of yours?
God. That's a great question. I don't know.
Look, thankfully, it's a through and through wound. It doesn't look like any organs or anything but we need to seal this boy up quick, and sutures aren't going to work. I need you to fry him shut.
Oh, good. Great. Wonderful. Okay.
She's like, and Gemma, dear, she reaches into like her lab coat. She hands you like this vial of orange liquid. Set your timer for 5 minutes, and then hit me with that.
Okay.
And
down the mouth and like how? Okay.
In the heart.
In the heart. Got it.
And she's like,
it's adrenaline. You ever see Pulp Fiction?
And if I were you, I would look away. And as she does that, she takes out like a boot knife and just jams it into her neck, just like right into the artery. And just
there are ways for us to do that.
Pulls it out, and as she bleeds out, her power kicks in.
Oh, come on!
Gemma did not look away.
As she forms into this spirit, and she goes into Condor's body.
It's getting cramped in here.
Bill, can I get a power check from you?
Yeah, sure. Anything else I can add to that?
Yeah, you can go ahead and add your grit.
Or smarts.
He doesn't want to give me that many dice to roll. Actually, I don't know how much of whatever systems you've stolen to put this together. Can I push myself for extra dice?
You know what? Sure. You want to push yourself and take a stress point here? I'll give you an extra dice.
Yeah, let's. Sounds good. All right, let's go ahead and do it. I've got stress to burn. Okay, real quick. Do I have? This is just going to be for Condor. I assume I'm going to have to make a separate roll for Amelia?
No, you don't have to deal with Amelia. Amelia already told Gemma just to hit her with that needle in 5 minutes.
Yeah, but didn't she stab herself in the neck?
Yep.
All right. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to worry about the NPC. Got it.
Fuck it.
Gemma saw you going to help her and tell him not to. It's her power. Don't worry about it. It's her power. She'll come back.
I only got 2 successes out of 6 dice.
Okay.
Uh, 6 and a 4.
Okay. So you do it. You seal the wound shut on either side, though. You have a feeling that it's not going to heal perfectly, and he's gonna have a bit of some gnarly scars on his front and his back where you've sealed him. But he's not bleeding out anymore. Cryptid. Resting in the recesses of his unconscious mind right now, you feel another presence enter. as you are immediately aware of Amelia.
I wasn't aware that you could occupy the same way that I can.
Oh, hey, big guy. No, not the same way you can. In order for me to do this, I have to die. Don't worry. I can be revived. It's a long story, but that's the only way I can use my power is I have to die to be able to leave my body.
That sounds inconvenient.
Yeah. Thankfully I had a boot knife on me, so I could just jam it in the artery in my neck to drop me quick, but hopefully Gemma's watch is on time.
But does this mean that your body is unoccupied at the moment?
Unoccupied and dead, yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's a way to say it. I'm just here to make sure that his mental state is good.
As good as it ever is, I suppose. I am keeping him sealed away for his protection.
He doesn't feel pain when you get stabbed or shot or exploded or whatever.
Oh, he feels it. He just cannot react to it.
So you're saying that he's protected at the moment?
His mind is. His body, on the other hand, is in your hands.
Well, I'm having Bill seal him up right now. Looked like it was just through and through, and he was just losing blood due to open gaping wounds. So he should make a recovery. Once I come back to, I'll give him one of my serums to give him a little jolts, but he should be okay.
Good. I do not wish to be without a vessel quite yet.
That's disturbing. I didn't know that he was a vessel. I thought you guys were just the same guy. It was just like like Bruce Banner and the Hulk.
He became my vessel the moment he was born.
I see. Now part of me wants to see baby cryptid.
The teeth were sharper back then.
Oh, his poor mother. Look on Cass's face.
Why? As a mom, why?
Right? Like,
Ah,
Cryptid said it.
oh.
Cryptid
Straight to
said it.
bottle. Straight to bottle.
Bottle feed that baby.
Bottle feed that baby.
Okay, if he's fine, fuck. Question, can you inhabit other people?
Are you offering?
I don't got a choice right now. I've got like another 4.5 minutes before I can be revived, and you've got incoming.
All I require is permission.
You have my consent to inhabit my dead body. I'll stick here with Condor, make sure everything is peachy keen on this end, but you've got 4.5 minutes.
And as soon as she gives that permission, there's this concentrated stream of black smoke that like ejects from Condor's mouth and forces its way into her body, as her body begins to like emanate black smoke, and then cryptid emerges.
And as cryptid emerges, Louis
This is normal.
flies out and makes his entrance into the area, and just as Frankie is pulling up on a stolen motorcycle.
I'll return it with a full tank. It's fine.
Cryptid.
And as the two of you enter in, Frankie and Louis, there's a sudden just like crash as this large like black mass just barrels through a car, sending it flying.
Not my car.
No, not your car.
Not the Civic.
Not the Civic. As this twisted black creature begins to form, as Senator Warren makes himself known, as he's in in a perfectly new suit and tie.
Gross.
Now, you all weren't too hard to find. We don't have to come to blows again. Just,
I shoot him.
you're gonna shoot him?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and make a power.
I'm going to shoot him with as many dice as you will give me.
Well, you have your power and your brawn that you can roll because this is an attack.
Pew 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 pew.
And
Can I go ahead and eat another stress to get another one?
You can add as many dice as you want. It's just every additional dice is a point of stress.
All right. I like that. How many? What's our maximum that we can have in this?
10.
Is it
10 stress.
10 is when you
Cool.
break.
Cool. Awesome.
That's why Paige was
go.
scared at 9.
Awesome.
Don't burn them all in one go.
Well, you say that. Hang on, I need more dice. There we go. I'm going to 6. So this is going to be 4 additional dice from stress.
Christ. Okay.
Okay, so that is 7 out of 10.
How many 6s?
2 6s, and
Okay.
we're going heat on this.
Okay. Are you just removing the visor and just full Cyclops blast this guy?
Yes.
So you just
and like I said, it's going heat, not concussive.
Okay.
I want to just melt this motherfucker.
all right, and you blast him as just this giant wave of concentrated heat energy just rips across the just rips across the parking lot of this dam, liquefying the asphalt underneath it as it comes rocketing towards and just slams into him and through him as it continues on, hitting light poles and just catching cars that were parked there on fire. How long do you hold this blast?
That's a great question. I'm just gonna go as long as I can, basically.
Those of you who are in here, or those of you who are around this issue, are any of you doing anything?
I have an idea. You remember I have it labeled as the Uno reverse power? The wall that I can do that can bounce things?
Uh-huh.
Can I mean, if I can't do more than one wall, I understand, but can I do something where I could reflect that heat back and, like, kind of box him in?
You can.
I'm in the boo box.
Obviously leaving part open where he can, like, still shoot through it. But, yes, that's something I would love to do.
Okay.
I don't think that any of my additional things can do that. So what dice do I roll?
This is gonna be your power and I'm gonna say your smarts, seeing as how you're trying to construct a box around him.
Fair. I'm going to add 2 stress to that so I can roll 7 dice.
Okay.
Sorry, it's just gonna take me a second to put this all in one go. Okay. So that would be 2 6s and 4 successes out of 7. total.
Okay. So as that beam rips through, you kind of just struck this like wall of reflective energy up around, and instead of it ripping across the parking lot, you just contain it inside this box, as you pretty much like have built a Bill microwave to encase this goo monster in, as he just dumps the energy as much as he can before he has to blink. Gemma and Louis, are you doing anything?
Gemma's gonna look at Cryptid and be like, I don't know why you are in Amelia's body, but you have just under 4.5 minutes before I have to inject her.
Understood.
I will do what I can to protect these guys. And then I'm gonna wait for both Cryptid and Louis to move. Actually, I'm gonna step back so that I'm next to Condor's body and Mary, and I'm going to form an electromagnetic field around us as kind of like a shield,
Okay.
so that things can't pass. Things have to pass through it to get to us.
Go ahead and
Like
give
a
me a power roll with that, and let's make it a brawn roll to determine the strength of your of the shield itself.
Terrible. Only 6s are successes, right?
4 5s and 6s, but 6s
4, 5s, and
are
6s.
like what you're aiming.
Okay, so I only got 1 6 out of that, but I did get 3 successes in total
Okay.
out of 6.
So you erect that electromagnetic dome over you, Mary, and Condor, just focusing on the fight, separating you from, pretty much keeping you all for the time being safe from whatever's going on. Cryptid and Louis, what are you guys doing?
Do you want to go ahead first, Azrin?
What do I need to roll that's equivalent of a will save?
Why do you need a will save?
Because Louis is having a PTSD moment.
Go ahead, and that's gonna be a grit roll.
Uh, 3 out of 3 with the 6.
3 out of 3 with a 6. You're holding on. You're able to like shake off the anxiety of this like creeping PTSD and remain focused on the incident as the incident at hand.
He is going to, I'm pretty sure, like, is there like some sort of rafter or secondary?
You're
like,
out in the
flooring or-
open. You're out in the open in the
Oh,
parking
we're out in the
lot.
open. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
you're in the
gotcha.
parking lot of the dam, because that's where the Civic was parked.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That makes more sense. Are there any like small like structures to the dam around?
There's a guard shack.
Yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm basically just gonna take flight.
Okay. You're just gonna
And I'm
remain
just
up
gonna,
remain
I'm
up in
just
the air
gonna
for the time being?
remain up in the air, like, a couple meters. Just because I honestly have no idea what adding my bit of whatever to this mix is gonna do, and I already know I can punch holes through cities.
Okay.
So-
What about Cryptid?
So I feel like I'd probably get in trouble if I put Amelia's body in harm's way. So I'm going to try to keep my distance here. But the last encounter with Warren, showed me that I could enter his mind and keep his body in place. It was just that symbiote daughter of his that was the problem. So I'm going to try and create a tether to him in the same way that I occupied Amelia's body. I'm going to try and tether myself to Warren and enter his mind from a distance.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a power roll with this.
And I
Let's,
assume because I'm in Amelia's body that I can't take additional stress to add more die.
You can. You can stress her out.
What's her stress currently at?
3.
She's dead. What stress does she
Oh,
have? She's dead.
Her stress is lower than Condor's. She's fine. I'm gonna give her 2 additional stress
Okay.
and take 2 die here.
Like, you kill my best
Two
friend, I
dice.
kill your best friend, okay?
That's fair. That's fair. I'm trying not to put her in harm's way for the moment.
I'm kidding.
Got
If
this.
opportunity
Confident.
presents itself to take out Warren, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
I get that. I get
that
that.
is 4 out of 5 successes.
Nice. As you tether into his mind. As you tether in, we are going to take a break. So we get up, stretch our legs, freshen up our drinks, and all that fun stuff before we come back to some fun here.
Keep
So,
this bastard
9:30.
rooted
Jeez.
inside the microwave.
Let's go ahead and
Yep.
we will be right back, everyone. And we are back.
Epoxy sculpt. Hi.
Ah,
Hi.
okay.
Hi.
Hi.
So,
Welcome back, guys.
as all of this is going on, we cut back to the laboratory. Max, you've been pouring through data. So, everything on the inside, or everything that you've been going through, is fragmented. It's not solid. It's not just like complete information. You don't really find anything regarding any of the upgrades that you talk to the eggheads about.
Okay.
What you do find, though, is fragmentations of information, but every time you think things are going, like you're going to find anything, you get little messages that have been overwritten in the code or in the text documents itself, just saying, wouldn't you like to know?
Have I heard this somewhere before?
Not really. I mean, it sounds like it sounds like a child. It sounds like a child's mocking.
I think Max's first thought here would be of Glitch. So we'd probably text Glitch and be like, are those little wouldn't you like to know messages in my data you're doing?
And there's just a winky face that's sent back.
Yeah, we're gonna just send another message and be like, how do I fix this?
Where's my money?
Haven't I paid her already for the previous job that I offered her?
You offered it, you didn't send the money.
Oh, we're sending the money right away.
I thought you sent the first half.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, we did send half.
Yeah.
Half
Yeah.
at the start and then half when it was done.
Is the job done?
The jar has been delivered.
Well, so is your money then. We'll send the money.
And you get a follow back, you get a follow up. When it's cleared and it's cleaned, you'll get your data back.
I'm gonna send her a message and say, I don't have time for this. It's urgent.
Make time, old man.
We're sending another text message with it's a matter of life and death. I need that unlocked.
See, it's also a matter of life and death that I get my money and you don't find me.
Here's the thing. Your money's been sent, and I have no interest in finding you. Contract's over. Give me my data back, please.
Your data will be returned once all money is present and accounted for. Until then, you're gonna have to wait.
He just got like huffs and scratches the back of his head.
And she's like, oh, by the way, your friends have issues. As she sends you like a CCTV image of what's going on at the dam at the moment. As you see an electric dome put up around Gemma, Mary, and a downed condor. Louis fly like maintaining hovering distance in the air, with cryptid seemingly out of Condor's body, and Bill and Frankie pretty much hotboxing something. But as like you're watching this, you see something begin to like creep out from underneath one of the cars. As like this like black goo monster rises up and charges and like just extends like this ridiculously long spiked arm towards an unsuspecting Bill. Condor, or I should say cryptid, when you locked into that brain, or into that into Warren inside the box, it's empty. And you hear a giggling. I got you. As this little girl appears. And just like looks at you, and it looks like a little Mary.
Are you the one that harmed Condor?
Kinda. I mean, Daddy told me to stab him. You were hurting Daddy, so I had to hurt you back.
You understand now. I must hurt you in return.
Oh, you can't hurt me. I'm not alive. I'm a memory. I can't feel anything. I'm technically not real. I'm just a distraction. I'm good at
you
fooling
have
people.
Sentience.
Kinda. I'm more of a message. I'm a trap.
So you cannot make decisions on your own.
Nope. I'm just here to keep you in line.
Interesting.
As like she like shows you what's going on outside. Like, you might as well grab a seat. We're kind of in it for a while.
We can have a conversation then.
Sure. And as like you say that, she brings up an image as you see another one of those black goo monsters rush out from underneath the car. As Bill, you feel something jam into your side. As it's just a sharp stabbing pain as it like finds its way in between your ribs. As you're muted.
All I said was that's not good.
Yep. As you are going to take a wound as you are stabbed from this individual. As it calls out again. We don't need to play around. Give me Mary. I leave. Keep putting up some sort of pathetic defense. And well, they're going to be cleaning you up and reporting your deaths on the 6 o'clock news. As I'm taking you all to a map.
Oh god.
Oh my.
Spooky.
As Frankie, you look over and you can see like another one of like another black mass creature with its arm jammed into the side of Bill's ribs. Now don't you move, Billy. You make any sort of movement, I'm gonna have to start dicing up those inside of yours. You keep nice and still, and still walk away from this and catch Monday morning math class.
claim you're gonna let us walk away, but you really it's not in your good interest to let us.
I don't care what's
You have
in
no
my
fear.
best interest. I'm just here for my little girl. And it sort of just like looks over at Mary. And she like sort of like backs up a little bit. She's kind of like thuds against the protective dome and gasps as it shocks her a little bit.
She really with you right now. And to me, she looks like a grown adult that can make her own decisions.
Always sass from you, Gemma. Look, Mary, I know you want to save your friends here. So how about we just cut all this off and you come home with me? And as this is happening, Paige and Max, you're watching this from a feed that Glitch has sent you.
So look at Paige and just say, I hate this little shit.
Paige is just staring. She's just kind of like gobsmacked right now, just
Yeah,
watching with such intensity.
We're definitely somewhat in shock ourselves.
She's kind of like got her fists at her side, just kind of have them clenched because she's kind of fearful and angry at the same time as she's trying to resist to just leave. But Glitch isn't there, so she doesn't really know that she was talking to her. So she's just like,
there's another message that pops up and he's like, I got you sound. And you're fed audio feeds to this. As the Warren that's got its arm in Bill looks over to Gemma. Look, the big guy here isn't going to last too much longer. From I heard, you've got what? Little under 3 minutes now before you've got to administer that shot to Amelia, was it? Oh, Cryptid ain't coming out of that little mind lock he's got with the one in your cage there. Not unless I tell it to let it go. So unless you want Amelia's blood on your hands, you're gonna take that dome down. Mary's gonna come with me. And we're just gonna go our separate ways.
Again, Mary seems like a grown adult and like she should have a say in this, and she doesn't seem like she wants to go.
Sorry, quick question. Nobody at all is in costume right now, right? Like nobody actually had the time to suit up.
Well, no, Louis is.
Louis.
Oh, except Louis.
I mean, to be fair, he knows who we all are.
I thought we were in
Yeah.
costume when we went to the lab.
Did you costume up? No, you're right. You did
thought so.
costume up. You did costume up.
Yeah. So we're all in costume.
Well, except for Condor and Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill is absolutely not. He's just bleeding through a fucking tweed jacket at this point.
He's like, he looks. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Gemma, don't you dare.
As you feel something like spreading further into your body as it like sort of like splits into two. It's like as you're gonna take another wound.
Sucks.
As you take another wound, he's like, Billy, just stay out of it. I like you. Don't want to drop you.
Oh, fuck it.
So want to
It's one way or the
reestablish
other.
connection with their children, do so by reaching out first, not by trying to abduct them.
Yeah, we
Don't.
can you let's avoid the word reach.
It's like, you don't have time to lecture me on being a parent. I got one of your friends here that I can bisect in an instant, and another 2 that are on a countdown. You're about 2 minutes now. So just lower the dome. Let her come to me.
So there is something I want to try, but I saw Cass. It looked like you wanted to do something as well.
I'm second guessing it because right now Cryptid is currently in the box. So you go ahead and do what you want to do, and I'll decide after.
I mean, from what you can tell, only Cryptid's mind is in that box.
It,
His physical body's out here.
Yeah.
okay.
He's standing
So
there.
it-
He's standing there like in the cryptid stance, like he usually gets in when he's mind melded with something.
Okay, so it would not hurt Cryptid. Like, hurting...
Wait.
Oh, I love that. Just that, so it wouldn't hurt him?
I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to do.
So one of the things when I was looking up sound manipulation was I could create a vacuum, theoretically.
Okay.
Can I turn it from a microwave now that there's no heat and everything just to vacuum?
Well, the thing is the thing
That's
in there
one
isn't him.
I know, but it's still one of them.
I
And
mean,
right now, I'm not sure about hitting him currently because his arm is in William. So,
well, and the one in the box doesn't really seem to be doing anything. It's just now standing there, sort of just blank staring.
okay.
Like the microwave isn't on anymore, and it's just trapped in the box.
Still want to do that vacuum thing, but I don't know how to do it with the other one then.
Well, let's go ahead and make that decision a little bit easier. Is it the left arm or the right arm?
It's the right arm.
The right arm. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to. You remember in the Cell game where Goku just literally blew like Cell in half with the Kamehameha?
Oh yeah, he charged it up midair, instant transmission, and just blasted him.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do that, blowing another 2 stress.
Okay.
This time, it is going to be concussive. I'm just gonna try and blast this motherfucker in half.
Okay.
Can I essentially assist using my power with the concussive blast, like doing the sound as the thing, or no?
What are you
Probably
trying to?
not because I was gonna say probably not because we didn't like discuss it beforehand.
I mean, you
But
can you can
could-
still unleash an attack. It's not going to be an
Okay.
assist. You're going to be doing your own attack against him.
Okay.
Okay, so of 8 dice, it is 5 successes, 3 of which are 6s.
Okay.
Hilarious. Because I was thinking like the vacuum creation would be fine because he's in a box. So.
But he's not like the one that's in.
But the other guy is not in a box, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to do that part. It's okay. And thank you, Fox. But what were you going to do? I'll decide. I'll figure something out
Okay.
on my end later.
So you blast him, and like the goo starts melting away, and then it just slowly like stands back up and looks at you as it's just taking the brunt of the force, and he just shakes his head. Billy, I've already been through this trick of yours. It ain't working again.
So this stupid arm didn't. I just wasn't able to sever the stupid arm.
Oh, were you going for the arm or were you going for his body?
Well, I was going for like trying to hit him like
Oh,
around
in the
here,
shoulder.
so that Yeah.
Okay.
So that hopefully I can dislodge this stupid arm from my torso.
Yeah, you know what? I'll say that you like blow the arm like off of his body. He sort of like slumps away from it for a moment, and he stands there as it's just like laying on the ground, embedded in you.
I'm gonna fucking fall back, I guess. Here, if I can.
So you're like dragging the arm with you, as it's still like,
Oh, great.
because it's spread out in you, so it's kind of got its hooks in you at the moment.
Oh, good. Yeah, that. Oh, I can imagine it, and that feels bad. That feels bad. But hopefully, at least this means that it isn't moving anymore. I don't know, man.
See, he just shakes his head, and like the goo seals up, and his like another arm like reforms. Mary. And she like places a hand on your shoulder. Gemma, lower the dome. If I don't do something, Condor is gonna die. Amelia's gonna die. Just let me go with him. I don't think he's gonna hurt me.
Don't you do it.
Frankie says, "I'm sorry, most of you," and she like kind of. There's a way that she can induce vertigo with the sound waves.
Okay.
So she's gonna cover her own ears and scream, but she's gonna try to. I don't think that she can, angle it so the dome itself is fine.
It's pretty much you're just
She's just
bursting it out.
So yeah, I'm sorry, most of you. Just
go ahead and give me a power roll. You can add your
Okay.
brawn to this.
okay. So power, brawn. I can't use Rockstar for that, can I?
Yeah, you can.
Because I'm screaming. Right?
That's screaming.
Okay. Okay. And I will take another 2 stress.
Christ. Okay.
So now I'm
everybody
rolling
who's
10 dice.
everybody who's in the area, I need you to give me grit rolls.
I'm sorry, most of you.
Some of that get negated by the force field itself.
No, this is not gonna. This will not negate it.
Gemma, would you have heard me say that? You could have.
Condor, you don't or Cryptid, you don't have to roll. You're not there.
I mean, Cryptid is technically there.
Yeah, but he's locked away in.
Well,
Yeah, but
part
they
of
all would have heard.
yeah,
Sorry.
part of the idea behind this is that sound is his weakness.
You're right.
So maybe this can jar him out of this.
You're right.
Lock.
I need a power and grit roll from you. Combine the two of them, because this might do more damage to Cryptid than he would like.
That's fair.
Sorry, I just, usually I roll so poorly now that I'm like, oh, I can add additional dice. Let me just take all of that. And then I still have.
And as you're rolling this and you're letting out that sonic cry, Max and Paige, you hear Bradley gasp as he comes back to. And he's like, fuck.
What
Yo.
happened?
I had the worst case of sleep everything. Like,
What?
like when your leg falls asleep when you're sitting there for too long and it just gets really tingly and you can't feel it. Yeah, that was everything. But where is everyone?
They need your help. It was a trap. Warren, she's like pointing at the screen. She was just like, Warren set up a trap. It looks like they're trying to get Mary.
Oh, fuck
Condor
me.
is not looking good, and Amelia might be in danger.
Oh, this is gonna be a big one. He's like, rubs his hands together.
Be careful. Be very careful.
Yeah, I'm still waking up.
Actually, take these with you. As she gives them the adrenaline and the paralytic, the neurotoxin.
What am I supposed to do with these?
Neurotoxin, adrenaline. It's gonna explode someone's heart if they're pretty much anyone but this guy. And this is a neurotoxin. Do to them what they did to you.
When
If you need it.
when she says this guy, Max seems to snap out of it as he was, still looking at the phone. And he looks at Paige, and you can see the visible dilemma of this is a bad idea, but should I go? But this is a bad idea, but should I go? Kind of happening.
Should you stay or should you go now?
Basically. And after that moment of hesitation, it takes him a good 30 seconds. You can see him like furrow his brow, grit his teeth, shake his head, and he just verbally says, fuck it. And we're gonna just fire up the nanomachines, we're gonna transform, and we're gonna get our asses in gear.
Okay. So as you say fuck it, as you activate and change, Paige, not Paige, Frankie, what was your roll?
So out of 10, it was 4 fails, 2 successes with 2 6s.
Okay.
So mostly success with 2 6s.
So you had 4 fails and 6 successes.
Mm-hmm. 2 of which are
Okay.
6s.
I was just trying to understand.
Yeah, I
Okay.
had to write it down.
Anybody who got less than 3 6s on your grit rolls, vertigo is induced on you. An overwhelming vertigo as this screech is let out. Cryptid, what did you roll?
I got 5 out of 7. 5 successes out of 7 dice.
How many of those were 6s?
2, I think.
Okay. So with that, the screech goes out and you are ripped from that body. And as you are ripped from that body, you are ejected out of Amelia because it is just way too much for you to hold. And you quickly force yourself back into Condor as Amelia's body falls limp. And as that happens, Bill, you notice that the arm that was in you turns to liquid and just like seeps out of you. And then there's just like blood following. As Warren begins to like walk away, kind of like bringing up his hands, like almost trying to stop something, but you're seeing like an actual reaction from him as this sound wave begins to tear at the body. And he quickly just liquefies and runs.
I shoot him?
You can try to shoot him, but it's not going to hit as he clears out and down a drain.
Well, he's still. I still make the attempt.
Yep. Okay. You just force blast.
Yeah, I'm just shooting at it and just like out of habit than anything else.
And as that happens, Bradley and Max appear.
What about the one in the box?
It's not there anymore. It just melts.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry,
dang.
1 second. I had to go AFK 1
As-
sec to.
Gemma, your watch begins to beep as you've got like 20 seconds before it's over for
Since we-
Amelia.
Bradley's there, right?
Yeah.
Bradley, Amelia needs adrenaline now! I'm not dropping this force field.
I don't have adrenaline.
Fuck! I drop and run. I more have to.
I gave him the adrenaline syringe. I even told
Yeah.
him this.
But the one,
Oh, that's
yeah,
true.
but
Anyone
the
for her,
one that
that's true. Never
anyone
mind.
but Max would die from it.
Yeah.
Mainly because it was a large dose. That's why. If it was
Yeah.
a smaller
I'm
dose,
gonna
it wouldn't
try
be
and
so bad.
open
you
just a
gave
hole
him-
big enough for me to move through and reseal that dome as I go sprinting for her, but if I have to, I'll just drop the dome.
You're gonna have to drop the dome.
Damn it. Okay. Drop the dome, I'll sprint over, administer.
Rogan, I had 2 out of 3 successes for the sonic attack, and 1 was a 6. Can I maintain altitude? Or am I gonna
No,
crash to the ground?
you're brought. You don't crash to the ground, but you have to fight to maintain stabilization. You just bring yourself to the ground just so you don't fall and
Okay.
impact onto a car.
I just had to ask because I'm in the air, so if I'm gonna be knocked out, I'm literally gonna fall.
And as you hit Amelia with the syringe, she lets out a gasp as she grips onto your arm, a little tight. Calling it. Fuck. Cutting it close there, don't you think?
A bit of a situation out here.
Were you gonna let me fucking die? I heard all of that.
Sorry.
You're fucking nuts.
I was calling his bluff.
With me as a fucking poker chip.
My best friend as well.
Hey, could, I don't know, somebody help?
I
As you look over and now Max or Bill's got just a giant wound in his chest or in his side. And she's like, oh, fuck me. Oh, fuck this. Brad, take us to Site 1. Grab Paige when you're done. And Bradley quickly nods, and he just snaps his fingers as everybody is winked out of there. And as you come to, you're in a strange, eerily sterile environment. That's not the music I want.
You want the clown farts in the basement.
As you appear, Bill, you're in a medical wing. And Amelia is working on you. It's like, okay, remain still. I'll patch you up. You're fine.
Yep. You're good. I know the drill.
So the rest of you being situated in just a main room that looks just sterile, wide. It looks like an empty facility. And a moment later, Paige, you're brought there as well. As Condor, you slowly come to. Cryptid now back in your body. You hurt. You hurt pretty bad.
Yeah, his
I'm sorry.
his HP ticker was normally at 9. It went all the way down to 2. And his stress skyrocketed up to 7. He started the day with 3, so that's a lot of additional stress. and it shows physically. Everyone has seen some signs of it before when he had like those black veins crawling across his skin. Now it's to the point where those veins are there, and the whites of his eyes have darkened a bit, not gone black, but like visibly darkened to like almost a charcoal gray, and some like little horn nubbins have begun to poke through the flesh on his head.
And not like even holding back to just like the change in look. Mary quickly like wraps her arms around you and starts crying as this whole day has taken its toll on her.
Yeah, I think Condor just wraps his arms around her, and he starts crying too.
Why am I water? Condor, what the fuck, man? Like, I work at a movie store.
Mary, I think there's some things we need to talk about.
Yeah. Like, why am I water? Why was that creepy goo guy calling me his daughter? Why was I in a mason jar?
That one I don't really have a good answer to that. But the whole water thing and the goo creep, Mary, I think you like kind of are his daughter, or like half of his daughter. It's a whole thing, Mary. Like he's a real creep, and his daughter is like the goo, but you like split off from her or something. I don't know the whole story. We were still figuring it out when he showed up. But I think you are his daughter.
What the fuck?
I don't know, man.
Look, can we just go back to can we please just go back to the days where the most stressful thing I had to worry about is the fucked up way you cook pizza?
I'd love to go back to those days. I would love nothing more than to go back to those days, Mary. I miss my toaster, man.
Man, I fucking hate that toaster.
I love that toaster.
Look. I don't know. As she kind of just like slumps into you, just exhausted.
Listen, Mary, whether you're that guy's daughter or not, like, you're my family, man. And
yeah, we've always had each other's backs, dude. Like,
he's not getting his hands on you, I promise you. And hey, Mary, Crypta told me that you were going to give yourself up. What the fuck? Don't you ever do that.
What was I going to let you do? Let people do? You die? That creepy ghost chick die? Like,
Well, I can't speak for other people, Mary, but if the choice is
look,
let me die or let you die, you let me die, Mary.
Your laser friend was impaled. Like, people were going to die
That'll
because
happen.
of me. She's like, dude, I am not going to have people's blood on my hands. I am not a hero. I don't deal with this stuff. I work at a video store who maybe gets 2 customers every 6 months. Like, this is out of my league. But
it's out of mine too, Mary.
At that point in time, I couldn't let you die. I couldn't let Ghost Girl die. I couldn't let your friend die. If I can save you guys, buy you a little time, I didn't think he was going to hurt me. If I'm his daughter, he's not going to like sacrifice me or anything.
Have you seen what he does to his friends, Mary?
I don't even know who he is. He's some goo guy.
He's a senator, Mary.
Wait, like Senator Armstrong?
No. He's worse.
I don't know. I was
Not that I'm implying Armstrong is a bad guy. I just don't get politics, man.
He's worse.
Max is standing like they're like, oh fuck.
No, we know politics. We're nodding.
Yep. And
Even if we had let you go to him, he wasn't going to let us go.
and then Bradley chimes in. Hey, guys, you need to see this.
Brad, if you're about to tell us that he's on his way to us again,
No, we're fine. As he presses a button on a remote, as he turns on the news, and then he flicks on multiple other screens to different news channels, showing that there are major explosions in almost every city across the continent. Strange gas bombs have been let off in major cities.
Louis screams with exasperation. That's fucking Foxtrot.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what he meant by Project Foxtrot.
Brad, I need my drives and my computer now. I gotta start looking through data.
Dude, I don't got your drives. I don't got your computer. It's gonna be a while before we're back online. I've gotta situate this area.
We don't have our phones. The only one with a phone here is Max.
I have his data.
I have my phone too.
That's why I need my drives, Bradley.
Look, I don't know where your drives are, man.
The duffel bags back at HQ. I need them
you
in
mean
the computer.
our drives?
Yes.
Dude, you said your drives. I didn't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I'm getting that stuff back, but it's gonna be a while before we're back online. We got to
I
get
don't need to be
situated.
online. I just need my computer and the drive so I can start working on the data. We don't know what the hell this thing is, and I have the data that tells me what the fuck this stuff is.
Look, I can get the computers up and running, but that ain't my top priority right now. Top priority is making sure that your friend, Laserface, he's still alive and kicking, that we got the basic needs here situated. Once all that's taken care of, I'll start grabbing the drives and start getting the computers up and running.
What can we do to help, Bradley?
Y'all just need to get situated. Like, we're outside the city by quite a bit. This is one of our abandoned testing facilities. Technically place of my birth, ascension, disintegration, whatever you want to call it. This is where it happened. But yeah, it's going to take some time. We don't have much of anything down here. Amelia said site 1. That's where we went.
How is he doing, by the way?
Who?
William Laserface.
I don't know. Medical wing, as he points like down the hallway, follow the signs that say medical. Thankfully, we have that up and working order. I don't think it's safe for even me to go into the city at the moment. If all that's going off, I don't know what it's going to do to me or to any of you. At this point in time, I hate to say it, we got to hunker down. Hunker down and regroup. I don't either. Like, shit has hit the fan. Like, I don't think he planned for Foxtrot to go off so early. But I think stressed out with what's been going on, and then him finding Mary, and then what happened tonight, he may have done it prematurely. But until we can understand what exactly we're looking at, we can't go into the city. We can't. We have to be ghosts. Can't reach out to family. We can't reach out to friends. We have to stay here. We have to stay quiet. We have to stay off the grid.
I don't think I could go anywhere even if I wanted to. I'm in no shape, man.
Well, technically, none of you could anyway. None of you have access cards to get through here.
Hey, being stabbed sucks.
Yeah, it does.
Also, hey, Cryptid filled me in on everything that happened when I, passed out. Gemma, I think you saved us, man. Good job.
You did.
I was just hoping that we had enough time to do something. I think it's really Frankie that saved us. If her power hadn't have stopped him.
Right, I meant like the
I
force
would've been-
field, Mary and I. But yeah, Frankie with the noise thing saved the day. The two of you.
And sorry about that, by the way, Cryptid.
Fine.
I know sound is kind of not fun.
Oh, he'll be
Yeah.
fine.
One thing we got to do. We got to get you guys some armor. These little cloth costumes that you've got aren't going to cut it anymore. We'll get the factory up and running. But for now, hang tight. We got rooms and beds and whatnot down here. Got enough food to last us 3 years, so
Stay here for 3 years. I mean,
we're
look what's happening out there.
not staying here for 3 years. I'm just saying we got 3 years worth of food. Once things calm down, once we're able to assess what exactly the hell is going on, I can start going out and grabbing what we need. Don't worry about them finding us. We're 15 miles underground.
While this is happening, Paige is taking notice of some of the major cities that went off. She's specifically looking around the southeastern area. Does she notice any major places in that area going off?
Pretty much any major city on the map has been hit.
All right.
Like you can see, and it's like all along the western seaboard is just lit up.
Yeah, she's pretty quiet right now. She's just watching it. She's still listening, but she's just watching the map. Just kind of taking note of everything. You're muted, hun.
I was saying, yeah, Max is not saying shit right now either. He's just kind of dumbstruck by what's happening.
Mary sort of gets up and walks over to the TV. Foxtrot.
Mary.
Stage of evolution. More mutation. A surge in meta. She kind of shakes her head. Guys, I don't know how I know this. But that Foxtrot thingy you were talking about, I think it's trying to make more U's.
That's not good.
They've had very few successful experiments. People are gonna die from this. Horribly.
Many people. Other people are just going to go through mutation, not knowing what's happening to them. I don't know about you guys, but my mutations were not exactly the easiest things to go through.
Do you think the explosion... Sorry, go ahead, Gemma.
I was just saying I can't imagine hundreds forced through the same thing.
You think the explosions would kind of somehow cause the mutations
That's
in the areas?
That's what I think. That's what, for some reason, that's what I know. The gas, it's supposed to awaken mutations. They're trying to create more people like you, I guess, like us now. I'm water.
Oh man, I've got an idea, but like, I really hate it, man. I don't even want to say it. Mary, do you think you're like connected to the other you who's connected to Warren? And that's how you know this stuff?
Dude, why do you have to put that in my mind?
Oh, it gets worse, Mary.
You know how creepy that shit is?
It gets worse. Because if you are, like, Cryptid could go in you and traverse those memories.
Wait, so like Cryptid would go into me and like use me like some sort of like creepy ass Google?
Yeah. What's Google?
Dude, I know you're joking. You gotta know what Google is.
Yeah, I'm joking. It's funny, right?
She kind of just like holds the bridge of her nose for a moment. Yeah. Think of it as like you're gonna be able to go in me and use my mind like a library and find all the information you need.
Exactly.
Can I sleep on it first? I'm tired.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I could totally do with a nap too.
So where are the beds? And Brad points down the hall. He's like, just follow the one that says domiciles. You'll find they're not really bedrooms, they're like small apartments, but yeah, just pick one out, you're fine. So
help me shuffle my way down there too, Mary.
Yeah, you kind of look like hell. She kind of...
Yeah, I got red all over my nest shirt.
She kind of like helps you up. She's like, yeah, you were bleeding a lot.
Yeah, good thing those shirts are already red, right?
Yeah. I mean, you kind of look like you got stabbed by a T-1000 with, you know, how bad it was. But apparently you missed all your organs.
Oh, that's probably good. I felt like all of it, though, man. It sucks.
Yeah. I thought it was rough for meat being trapped in a mason jar.
That seems cramped.
Yeah. I don't want to feel like
you can go that small.
Felt like molasses.
Sticky.
Yeah.
Sorry for leaving you in there for so long. Just wasn't sure what was happening.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You know, if it was me, I would have questioned if it was a trap too, or why somebody left a weird jar of water just sitting in the middle of the dam. But thanks for not drinking me.
I gotta get that image out of my head. I gotta go to bed.
And she like helps you down the hallway and stuff. What are the rest of you doing?
After all of that, nothing we can help
I'm
with.
in traction.
Why don't we go for a little bit of normalcy? Frankie, I think you owe Paige and I some stories.
She's like, Frankie right now is kind of like pacing back and forth. Like, well, like her eyes are kind of glued to the TV screens. Stories? What?
And as you say that, there's an image on the TV that catches both you and Gemma's attention. As Anthony is out on the streets helping people.
I'm gonna go ahead
And
and
it's
say
not-
that gives her a stress.
And it's not like Mohawk Anthony, it's melted Anthony. As he is out on the street, and he like, you can see him like helping people like out of like accidents and whatnot, and he's like throwing his acid onto like car doors to just completely melt it and pulling people out to safety and trying to get them out of harm's way.
Does it, I know it's a news thing, so does it show like the cross streets of where he is?
Nope.
Exactly. God damn it.
Brad sort of turns his head. Now he decides to do this?
Crisis, it
He's
brings it
always-
out in all of us.
He's always late.
At least he knows what he's doing.
The answer is going to be no if I ask. Right.
What?
I need to help him.
You can't risk it. Like, nobody knows who he is. He's just some melted guy helping people out of cars and saving lives. He's going to be looking for you guys. Him and
Can't
Spectre.
you bring him here once he's done with the crisis? What he's doing?
Look, I don't know what effect that gas is going to have on me or any of you. I can attempt to. If I can get a lock on him, I can get him out. Do
Whatever
you
you
think
can.
that's what he wants?
I don't care what he wants.
At least just give him a message so that he knows that we're safe. That was what he wants.
I'll give him an hour. Afterwards, I'll see if I can't bring him over.
Yeah.
And it's at that time that you see him stand for a moment. And like he starts to tense up as his body reverts naturally back to his normal form, not melted or anything. And he sort of like looks at his hands and like he extends it out and he just lets out like a torrent of acid onto a light post. And then like he looks at his hand in amazement and just like rips it. And he kind of just smirks to himself and he runs off.
That's new.
Paige. Something clicks with you. You've seen this applied to him multiple times. You guys used him as a guinea pig for your cure. And it just from what it looked like he just got hit with a dose of it. But his powers maintained. His powers weren't subdued, yet it's no longer eating him. Within such a short amount of time, it looks like they've applied the formula of your cure to this Foxtrot.
She just shakes her head, and she just knows internally. She's like, "That's not the cure. That's not the cure." She's just kind of watching in awe, and she's kind of trembling because she's both pissed and afraid, because that's her work, her and Amelia's work. Manipulated, technically, because that's not what their goal was. Manipulated and altered. She's just kind of been this whole time, just kind of been sort of paralyzed in her own shock, just kind of just watching it. She eventually kind of like finds a seat to just sit down and just watch. And she's just kind of stuck in that state.
As you're watching, the news station that is tied to Metro City cuts in, showing Senator Warren. Once again, pristine looking suit and tie. Not looking like he just got blasted by a sonic wave or anything like that. And Brad looks over, he's like, "Does anybody want to hear what the jackass has to say?"
Personally, no. Had enough of his shit.
More bullshit
I think we need
propaganda,
to.
of course. Probably blaming us for everything, as usual.
I think we need to,
Yes.
though.
I want to hear it.
All right. And he clicks a button on the remote, and all of the channels change to the Metro City News as he stands there silent for a moment. What's happened in the city today is a tragedy. Spectre is already out in force to help the masses. You were affected by this gas. You've inhaled any of it. You were in anywhere near the vicinity of a blast zone. Please report to emergency triage units across the city. All those who haven't, remain in your homes until further notice. Spectre will protect the city. Spectre will keep the city safe. Mary, if you're listening, I'll find you, sweetheart. We'll find you. And as he says that, he walks off.
Why does he want to hurt his own people?
I don't think he wants to
Doesn't
hurt
make
his own
sense.
people. I think he wants to make more of them. Those triage units. They're Spectre. It's going to be another one. It's going to be like the Ant King and all of them. Those who do
And he was
mutate
in pain,
are going to be used.
and they were in
There.
pain.
Their heads are going to be filled with propaganda about how he saved them and how they need to work for him now. They owe him a life debt or whatever else he spins.
He's going to build an army.
Yeah.
Shit. Guys, I've got a stupid idea.
I think they all we have with stupid ideas at this point.
Okay, then I'm not the only stupid one in the room. I like it. We need to hit Spectre HQ. We need to shut it down from the inside. We need to shut him down.
I think you're right. I think I know why he needs me. Maybe. I don't know. It's just a theory. I need to stop this.
We need to stop this so these people can actually get help. Not whatever the fuck he's gonna pretend is helping them.
They don't know what they're doing.
They've been brainwashed.
There,
These people won't even know.
there's like a brief glitch on the TV as a little piece of electricity leaps out and Glitch appears
Oh, fuck this bitch!
into like the open area of the base.
What are you doing here?
Getting the fuck away from him. That's what I'm doing.
How did you find us?
Find your own place.
I follow the cute one's phone. She kind of like points over to Brad.
So
Frankie,
this is gonna be a strength roll because she's already mad.
Yeah.
She's gonna punch her in the fucking face.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Or that's Braun, right?
It's Braun, yeah.
Himbo!
It's mine. My himbo. Can I add guts to it?
You can add grit to it.
Okay. Same amount of dice for that,
It's gonna
so
be a stress relief right there.
yeah, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I
like-
succeed.
I'd like to do and say something too at some point. No rush, but just let me know when I
Okay.
can.
So Braun and Grit.
Braun and grit.
3, 4.
Your camera bugs out every time you roll.
Yeah, it's shitty lighting and
No green
You know.
screen.
no green screen. Okay, so that was 7. So total of 7 dice. That
Mhm.
would be 5 successes, 2 of which are 6s.
All right. Out of nowhere, you guys just see Frankie walk over, a pissed off look on her face. Just haymakers her like right in the jaw and just knocks her the fuck out.
Learn
Just
something from me.
bursts out laughing.
She kind of like nudges her with her foot, points at her, put her in a fucking room, tie her up. I don't give a shit. And she just like walks out, like in the direction to like the medical.
You're going to the
Because
med bay?
Yeah, because she's not tired, and you know she's like her mind is kind of like I'm gonna go somewhere else away from all of this.
Brad's like, you can go to the domiciles. It's an apartment. You guys,
Okay.
they're mini apartments for people who used to work down here. They got beds and stuff. It's better than going to the medical.
I was just gonna check. I'm not tired. I was just gonna check on how
Oh, on Bill,
he's
right?
doing.
Shit. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Walks away. Like kind of confused. Like she's so confused. It's like, how did you forget?
Look, he's had a day. Okay, he got paralyzed. He's not used to that
Yeah.
shit.
We've all had a fucking day.
We've all had a fucking 48 hours.
Look, look. when somebody is a literal god who doesn't need sleep, who is like existed in a state of just ascendedness for years, gets completely paralyzed, it kind of throws them for a loop.
You know, just for extra measure, I think Paige is going to insert some paralytic toxins into her. Quite the dose, not to kill her, but to have her paralyzed for a good long while.
You're talking about Glitch, right?
Yes.
Okay. I just needed to
No, I'm
make sure.
talking about Frankie. She needs to feel numb.
Sleep now, Frankie. Sleep.
Sleep. No, this is Glitch.
Just
'cause
think
she's
of the
tired
rabbit,
her shit.
George.
No.
Because she's kind of the same way. She's kind of pissed off, and she was like already in shock. All this shit's going down.
Yeah.
She had to watch from afar. And then this bullshit happened. Then this bitch came in and found us. She's like, I'm done. Just, you're gonna be in like from the neck down paralyzed. You're done. Let's go. Let's go. You know what? All paralyzed. I don't want to have her speak. Nope, she's done. Done.
Fucking
Deal
Dunyan
with her
rings.
later. Yeah. Because I think she's gonna do the same thing. I think she's gonna kind of like not storm off, but like just be like, "Sweet, an apartment. I need to just fucking sleep because I'm done for the 2 days."
Tilt, you said that Max was gonna say something.
Yeah, well, situations progressed a little beyond what I can do at this point
Oh,
now,
oh,
unfortunately.
Oh, she got knocked out. That's why.
She got
Sorry.
knocked the fuck out.
It's not just the knock the fuck out, it's knock the fuck out plus paralyzed plus, and it's like, all right, well.
Knocked out plus
Sorry.
paralyzed.
I'm sorry,
Plus
go ahead.
no maidens.
Go ahead.
Yeah. What were you planning on? Did you say plus no maiden?
Plus no maidens.
Yeah.
Basically,
No himbos for you.
ratioed all the way through and through at this point.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. You were gonna do something first. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. There's not much to do anymore. Let's see. Fuck. Yeah. We're gonna look at Brad. We're gonna ask Brad, hey, considering she likes to, become data and zippy zappy out of places, anywhere we could put her where she wouldn't be able to get out?
Look, right now she can't really get out of anywhere. Your Paige sort of just paralyzed her, and
Yeah,
Frankie.
that's fine. I just kind of need her functional. She's holding onto some important data of mine, and I kind of need that if I want to be anywhere near functional in the near future with everything that's been happening.
Look, this is a research facility. We've got Heavy Bay, we got a research lab,
Mhm.
we've got a kitchen, and we've got domiciles. It's like we don't have any place to arrest somebody. Like my suggestion, put her in the med bay. My sister could keep an eye on her.
Sure.
Hell, if you want, ask my sister to die, and she could probably get the information for you.
Max is just gonna smile when he says that. He's gonna kind of shake his head, and he's gonna say, "I'm never gonna get used to that."
You think I do?
Max shakes his head. Nope. Just a feeling. Anyway. This entire thing has become a clusterfuck beyond clusterfucks, for a lack of a better term. Ugh. Jesus. This is what happens when Perkins is not writing my dialogues. I hate this. Alright, fine. Off to the med bay with her. Maybe your sister can hopefully help get my data back. Yeah, in the meantime... Fuck, I don't even know what to do anymore. Fine, yeah, whatever. We'll just bring her to the med bay. And yeah, he'll just sling her on his shoulder and just walk on off.
Okay.
To be fair,
We
she
can-
had this coming. To be fair, she had this coming. Especially
Oh,
from
100%.
Frankie.
Oh, 100%. I would have done it myself if, Sugar had not beat me to it, but yeah, no.
Well, you're not wrong with your stupid idea, but I think we need at least a night, if not a little bit longer, to come to terms with everything that's happened. Have people heal up. Condor's in no position to fight, neither is William.
Oh no, I'm not suggesting we do it right away. I'm just saying I think that's what we got to do. Once everybody's prepared, I can start manufacturing you guys some actual protection. I think it might help out. But yeah, get rest. Let's collect ourselves, and once I'm sure it's safe for me to go out there, start bringing in people and things.
I think before Paige goes to the apartment, she's gonna make a quick little stop at the med lab to check in on Bill. See how he's looking right now.
Once you get there and everything, Bill, Amelia stitched you up. She was able to make, like, you're lucky he was just fucking with you. He was just holding you. Didn't hit any organs. Somehow.
Yeah, it's not for lack of trying.
Yeah. I mean, don't do anything too strenuous. That way you don't rip the stitches. But, I mean, fuck. It's like, reaches into, like, it opens up like a small cabinet. You could hear, like, bottles, like, being moved around. She, like, tosses you over, like, a bottle with, like, 4 or 5 painkillers in it. If it gets too much.
Yeah, all right. Hey, while you're over there, could you grab me a scotch? I'm starving.
Bill, this is a med bay. There's no alcohol around here. I mean, there's rubbing alcohol, but I don't think you want that.
Did you just pull, sir? This is a Wendy's.
Damn, this is a Wendy's.
He didn't actually look. All he heard was like bottles clanking around.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. All right.
and it's like around this time, both Frankie and Paige would probably wander on in, along with Max, who's got an unconscious glitch over his shoulder.
Frankie went in first. I'll let you take over first.
So you're alive.
Yeah. Yeah, more or less. How you doing, Rockstar?
Well,
Eh.
Explosions, and then some bitch called my kind of boyfriend cute, so I had to sucker punch the shit out of her.
Yeah, you can't really do that. That's not a thing.
Never needed a drink more in my life, but whatever. Anyway, I was just gonna check how you're doing, and I know that I was kind of iffy there with you joining for a little bit, but you make a good part of the team.
Oh, I don't talk like that. I'm nowhere near dead enough for that.
I was just saying that you were better than expected. Don't put too much thought into it. Glad you're alive.
That's more like it. Thanks, kid.
We know his secret identity, right?
Yeah, it's been revealed.
Yeah.
It's been revealed. Yeah.
I mean, he's not in costume.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I didn't go to the same school, so I wouldn't really know. But it's yeah.
But you were at the
Yeah.
nest where
sorry.
you came in and purchased stuff.
Yeah, that's true. It just feels like so fucking long ago.
It does.
Those late fees are racking up, by the way.
Oh my god.
On his dollar rental.
Yeah.
That's how they get you. The dollar rental. $25 late fee.
I guess you're going to be on vacation from school for a bit.
Yeah, that's fine. I have tenure. Don't worry about it.
You'll hear like a knock in the doorway. She's like, "Well, if you're cracking jokes, then you must be okay."
I must be dying. There's definitely somebody I didn't expect to come see me.
Well, you I was able to watch what happened because of that glitch bitch. So I kind of saw what you all did as I had to hang behind and she just kind of like looks a little awkward as she like walks up to you and she gives you a hug. And it just kind of lingers for a while as she just kind of says in your ear in a very low tone as she's just like, "Thank you for doing what you did."
Yeah.
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 When she leans back, you notice like she kind of is like has when she pulls back, her hands like touch your shoulders, and you start to feel this kind of cooling sensation just start to fill you up. As you're starting to feel pretty good right now, as she injects you with morphine.
Oh, good.
Flintstone's chewable morphine.
Yep. She's like,
all right.
I know
So
she stitched you
I'll
up,
hold
but
off on
this
the.
will help. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hold off on the drugs she gave me then.
Yeah. No offense, I'm a walking drug, so I got you for now.
Yeah, that's probably why Warren wants you.
Yeah. Lucky me.
Hey, look. I know you and I got off on the wrong foot, but I'm gonna do whatever I can to make sure he doesn't get a hold of you.
You know,
You
if
got
I
my
didn't
word.
witness what I saw today, I probably wouldn't believe you. You have my trust. Thank you. Really. All right, I'm done being sappy for one night. Feel
Yep.
better. If you need more
Yep.
morphine, let me know. She kind of wiggles her fingers and just kind of gives like a little smile. And she'll exit the room probably as Max is walking
Yeah, as
in.
Max walks in
Yeah.
with Glitch just like slung over his shoulder.
She
Oh,
just like
God damn
flicks
it.
the bitch's forehead as she walks out. She's like, just walks. She can't feel it.
Yes.
Max will. Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, sorry. Frankie's just like, oh god damn it, and then she just walks out. And she's going to the not dorms, but the apartment, whatever.
We're doing that
Max
awkward
was-
thing where we're like, bye, and we're both walking in the same direction. Like, oh hey.
Probably run into Gemma in the hallway as she eventually makes her way down that way too.
Oh. Senator.
Yeah,
How much
Max
that you
is
got with you?
walking in, and he walked in, and yeah, he has her on the back, and obviously, she gets flicked on the forehead by Paige and everything, and he'll look over in the he'll look at William here, at Bill, hearing the whole senator thing. He'll definitely nod at um at Bill, looking extremely serious at first, and then after like a few seconds, there's like a grin that just like slowly like stretches across his face. And he doesn't say much. He just kind of mumbles, but clear enough for Bill to hear. Still alive, huh? Tough son of a bitch. And he just kind of walks on by to go chuck what's her name on a um glitch on a bed before kind of walking back to Bill here, and kind of, I don't know if there's another bed next to him or a chair or something, but at least sit next to him. Just not to have, glitch slung on his shoulder the whole time.
That'd be
And he
really
kinda-
funny though.
Right. And then he just kind of looks at Bill and he says, I don't say this often. Impressive.
Well, I'll take it.
It's not often I see somebody willing to take a hit for another, even in this line of business.
Yeah. The goat kid needed my help.
Goat kid.
And to be honest, he's the one out of all of you that I like the best.
Yeah, he'll nod and he'll say, yeah, Condor's a good one. And he just kind of sits there awkwardly, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what happens when Perkins ain't writing his dialogues for him.
So,
we gotta kill this bitch.
Sorry, what was that?
We gotta kill this son of a bitch. You know that, right?
He takes a deep breath. And he's just gonna look back at Bill here, and he's gonna say, I don't like it.
I know you don't. But you know it's what has to be done.
He looks irritated. He'll just kind of shrug, and he's gonna say, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've hated him probably longer than you've heard his name, but being a shitty senator and being a hostage to some weird alien fuckery, I don't know what this goop is anyway. I don't know. I don't know if he's still in there, if he's consciously in that position, if... Hell, you had yourself get swallowed up by some goop. Wouldn't you want somebody to pull you out of there?
We've seen what this does to people.
Yep.
I don't think the real Senator Warren has been around for a while. Probably since, his daughter found the first rock all those years ago. Whatever it is now, ain't human. I know, because human doesn't splatter like that.
And then Bill, so Max is just gonna look at Bill and he's gonna just ask him just the one question. Well, he's not human. What does that make us, huh?
I think this is a different kind of thing.
Right.
Like you were there with me that day in that apartment.
Yep.
You saw what happened to that Terry guy.
Yep.
He was dead.
Yep.
We know he was dead.
Yep.
So the thing we fought at the mall was not him.
Probably not.
Good politicians. Non-committal as always.
He shakes his head, shrugs. Guilty.
Don't worry. Once it's safe for us to go out, we'll go ahead and get your better half, and maybe we can have the two of you share the brain cell.
He kind of looks at you blank-faced for a sec as you mention his better half.
The robot with the rotary grenade launcher.
He just bursts out laughing and he says, "You mean Perkins?"
Yeah.
Oh, there's a misunderstanding there. He laughs again.
If you say so, Senator. All right.
That's just my secretary. I asked her what her first name was once. She told me it was Miss. Does that give you an idea of what our relationship looks like? And he laughs again.
That's probably just her model name.
He laughs again. No. I can assure you, strictly business and professional. Though she's the best secretary you could ever want by your side, I'll tell you that much.
Well, no kidding. I don't know any secretary that would be willing to walk out into the battlefield with a grenade launcher for me.
He laughs again. Oh, I don't think she does it for me. I have a deep-rooted suspicion that Perkins just likes using her grenade launcher.
It's in her programming.
Programming? Nah. I think she's built like that from, how do we say? I think that's the human side of her, put it that way.
Gotcha. She must have been built in one of those stand your ground states.
He just shakes his head again.
So
Well, she certainly knows how to stand her ground, I'll tell you that much.
Amelia cuts in. She's like, so, what am I doing with this? She kind of like points over to the unconscious glitch.
Can you find a way for her not to escape the moment she wakes up?
Or throw her in the incinerator. Whichever you feel like.
I don't think the
We're
incinerator
not
is
super
working.
picky at the moment.
I don't think the incinerator is working at the moment.
Max is gonna add, plus I need her alive. She has some data of mine I need to recuperate.
Oh.
Maybe we can leverage that for her to be allowed to stay here, since it seemed to be what she wanted in the first place. You're probably better off threatening to actually throw her out.
So I just tie her up.
I mean, she can probably get out from that, but... Tell you what. And I hate to ask this of you. Can you get in her head?
So you're asking me to die?
I hate doing that. Come on, don't make me say it.
Oh, she's already done that once today. That's real rude.
Doesn't have to be today.
Yeah,
You
fine.
should be
She reaches
infected,
down and
you
she reaches out her boot. She's like, "Fuck! I don't have my knife. I left it back at the dam." That's probably best. You know, I'll die first thing in the morning. I just need to get some sleep.
Probably a
Look,
better
man.
idea.
Hey, I know I barely know you, but you gotta set some boundaries, ma'am.
What are you talking about?
You just die for people left and right.
It's the only way I can activate my power is I have to be dead.
Max shrugs and says, "Doesn't make it any easier to ask."
I mean, it's also really it's also a really funny prank to pull on people. Like once I realized that this is how like my power works, I used to mess with people so much and like, you know, just fall off like roofs and break my neck just to scare the hell out of people, and they have Paige like resuscitate me. It was great.
I have an out of character question
Uh-huh.
in regards to does she have like a wound in her
Nope.
neck?
There's no wound whatsoever.
So when she dies and then when she comes back to life, her body regenerates essentially.
Yep. The only thing that ever changes is her hair gets more shock white.
When she says that she used to jump off buildings and break her neck to activate her power, Max is just gonna laugh and he's gonna just like snap his knuckles. Just as a joke.
Hey, here's a crazy idea. What if, and I don't know, we just asked the kid from the movie store to get inside this one's head?
That might work too.
Because he doesn't seem to have to die to be able to do that, and I don't know, if she's really the only trained medic we got here, I don't necessarily want to take any chances.
Technically, Paige is a medic too.
I don't really like the fact that you used the word technically there.
I have my doctorate.
Either way, like she said,
I'm technically a doctor.
Tomorrow morning's probably the better idea. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
But Paige and I have been working together for years, so she knows. And if worse comes to worse, we can get Gemma to copy, you know, what we can do.
How does her thing work anyway?
The only thing I know is she watches YouTube a lot and then duplicates what she sees on YouTube.
So if we got her to watch all of like MASH or something, would she then be like a battlefield tactician?
I think it has to be like actual, like real stuff and not TV schlock.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if it worked that way, she could watch, you know, like an episode of CSI and become a master detective. That just ain't gonna work.
Have we tried?
You'd have to ask her. But I think as everybody settles on in, it's getting to be a little late on our time as it is. I think this is a good place to stop for tonight.
Yep. Max will nod.
Yeah.
He'll say, "All right, well, try to rest."
Yeah, I'll sleep what I can and get coffee in the morning, and it's either going to be me or Cryptid that slips into her mind, but one of us will do the thing.
Whoever has the safest chance of doing it, I would really appreciate that. I did not appreciate not being able to do anything today.
Look, we'll get you back in the field.
He nods, and you can see how much it hurt him to just not be able to go out today.
I think with that, we're going to go ahead and close out today. No cliffhanger this time.
Well, for once.
Just sadness and weirdness and ness.
Yep.
Ness.
And ness, yeah.
Just a bunch of ness.
Right.
But yeah, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of Vigilant 6. This is your first time here. This is not the only show that we do. Coming up tomorrow, not tomorrow, I am losing my days. Coming up on Monday is going to be another episode of Destiny Forged, which is our longest running show here on the channel, currently in its 4th campaign. Every other Tuesday, we've got Star Wars Tales of the Outer Rim, which is a Star Wars game that is run by Tiltbot. Coming up this Thursday is going to be another episode of Tricorn Isles, which is another 5th edition game I run. On alternate Thursdays, we have Mass Effect Horizons, which is a 5th edition mod Mass Effect show that is run by Zorro. Coming up on Saturday, we are going to have another episode of The Downfall of Propriety. I almost called it T-Dop, which is our Bridgerton-inspired mini-game that is run by Malls. And then later on in the night will be episode 3 of The City of Redemption, which is our brand new Daggerheart game. And like, I need to play more of that. Needs to be weekly. But then on alternating Saturdays, you have us here starting off at noon with Withered Wastes, which is another 5th edition game that I run, and then at 8 p.m. us here on Vigilant 6. But yeah, for now, we are going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning on in, and we will catch you later.
Bye.
Bean.